at the last stretch. I want to see KRU doubling down on the aggression. They've got a pocket KO, gonna be able to pop flash, gonna be able to get into the faces. But for GX side of things, the no duelist.
Explain.
I see what they're cooking. The Omen gets to get B main control or A main control. They get to TP away after they burn some util, break it forward, then TP away, escape, be slippery.
Okay.
I get it. I get it.
That's the theory. All right.
That is the theory. We'll
the execution.
We'll see how it works out on the attack side. I do think on the defense, this is absolutely a defense-sided comp for GX. So I'm expecting this pistol to go down exactly like that. You see Toki going deep on this B main.
Yeah, and feeling no resistance or resilience. So that's a big tick in the box. They keep their numbers very dedicated. Dots just managed to press the corner and get to Sarah and Smurfette. All eyes being drawn in towards that main side. Completely forgot about Art. And, well, yeah, Dots is just back to business, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Lauren, these Jets, when they proc that dash and that dash timer is going down, just something is different.
Why are they so good, man? It makes no sense to me. Nothing has changed. They're like, yeah, I'm just going to get 3. Ness and Toki now. And a little unfortunate almost because Toki's position was kind of nice, right? That quick push up towards B.
Oh.
Ness. I mean, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it's not over. Maybe there is still hope here. Toki gonna at least note Dodds, but by this point, you can already see the crew just gonna be sitting a little bit deeper. Very hard to get that last step towards crossing on the site.
You see the idea from GX anyway. I mean, Toki's definitely gonna want to push or hold the A main long line, hold the B main long line, and once the info comes through, push one of these extremities. Unfortunately for GX, Dodds was just able to get 3 huge opening kills. Look at these shots coming through.
Yeah, that second was so nice.
Yeah, and gaining the space and flipping the site once you get those entries because you're a Jet is such a powerful thing. And Dodds just getting hyped for that pistol round win.
Straight on the Vandal too. I mean, it's a big investment. Always a little bit sketchy when you see a chamber on the other side, but you know, run it. Why not? See what Dodds can do here. Already be warded away from that initial kind of like even ability to peek up towards long. It feels like a death sentence if you do it, but I just keep their life here. But noting that Vandal very, very early here. Smoking in. And just going to play on this.
Looks like KRU are prioritizing.
Really? Nice flash. Ness? My God, it was a heaven-sent flash, but Ness there to make the most of it and make this round far more competitive than it should have been. But where's the rest of the team? Smurfette and Eva still not quite here.
They will make it in time, though. KRU, they've got to be really thorough. Slowing it down, they've got the better weaponry. So I like the fact that you're not rushing into things here. This should have never got this close, Lauren. Both teams are fully aware that there's a KO on either side, so communicating to each other that I'm antied for you while you grab the orb is going to be super crucial moving forward in this half. But just classics on the side of the defenders. KRU, they're going to choose when they want to scale forward.
I actually quite like this as well. Just sticking around on, you know, better the devil you know at this point. Gonna hear these steps, gonna hear that plant. Can't really deny that, no, but nice shot from Monch. It's Smurfette, though, with a headhunter that could make this dangerous. And Monch is on 47. Sharp enough to keep this in hand, but my God, that got close.
Closer than it ever should have been. I was just gonna start talking about who should be collecting the orb, who should be farming and collecting, getting ready for this bonus, but right now, KRU, they've got to decide how they're even going to handle this bonus. The money is a lot worse than it should have been.
And I mean, the fact that, yeah, Ness got one that was like a really nice kind of like flash, I guess, but still getting 2 with the classic after that is kind of wild.
3 classic kills. Who could have thunk it?
On B long of all places as well. You know what I mean? It's just like, my brain just not put it together, but the buy is in a weird spot now, right? Dodd's back on that Vandal, obviously Michaela as well, but everyone else on the Sheriffs. A lot of light shields out, so keep your eyes on Smurfette too. Gonna have that Outlaw in very much the right place. So this gets quite tough for KRU to feel confident about this unless they've got an idea of how they want to scale into this that could navigate around that.
It looks like for GX, they're just swapping around their Omen and their Chamber. Right now, Smurfette tanking the KO knife, suppressing, so she's stuck in the back of the site, but all this utility, this KO has so much stopping power. Sarah still has the Molly in her back pocket. Astra smoke is gonna slow things down entirely. Smurfette's gonna go for a peek.
Yeah, flash and a swing again. These flashes are nice. You turn it, you're still gonna get picked by the Outlaw. But KRU still making it work, still doing damage. Oh, Smurfette though, sharp with it, back of the site. Does get away with her life. Music.
Shock dart.
Oh, it's gonna be one thing or the other, right? Pick your death at that point. As Toki, the last one alive. 1v2 still has Paranoia, still has TP, still has smoke. Couple of options. And the divide went in, but Music sharp with that as she just tried to slip ahead.
I like the simplicity coming through for KRU. I mean, they just kept it very straightforward. Get the B main, B long control. Don't let any chance of that refight happening. But you saw the idea from the defenders anyway. For GX side of things, these shots coming through for Smurfette.
That was so nice.
Making at least a chance for Giantx to make it work. I want to see it work for Giantx. You saw the Omen towards this long A. They're swapping it again. Both Omen and Chamber this time coming towards A main, trying to get the control. But Dodds, she just can't be stopped.
I don't know how Dodds keeps getting these sort of kills as well. Dodds has been just bailing them out time after time, it feels like. Ult's ready. You're going to hear the investment on the other side too. I'm pretty sure Smurfette just, popped tour de force as well. So big investment when you're losing out on control of art as well. This feels desperate to go for it here.
Yeah, especially considering how much space Konir has found towards long B. You see her teammates just regrouping while Munch just controls the perimeter, make sure nobody is flanking. This should be an easy, straightforward round towards B. KRU have been really prioritizing towards this B and keeping it really simple. Spike's gonna go down.
Spike planted.
Yeah, what are you meant to do? I mean, it rides and dies on Smurfette for me here, and you're looking at the positioning. I don't know. I'm willing to be wrong, but I feel like this might be a lost cause. Konir on patrol here, and even just being the early warning system does have that alarm bot to work off as well, so quite nice to complement this. That's going to be the first alert.
At least Smurfette gets to bait Ness.
Yeah, but there's also a trade. So you can see the spacing, nice positioning from Monch to come back over and make sure it wasn't an isolated fight for Konir. And at this point for Eva, it's a formality. If you can get an exit, cool, but dying to the spike might be the best option at this point.
I would have loved to have seen Michaela go hunting for this kill, solidify this KO ultimate, so right when those barriers go down in round 5, they can really just speed up the pace and slam with these jet knives. But either way, they can choose. They can choose to go for this A main fight or this B main fight, grab the orb and just mid-round slam the site. But I want to see a fast-paced round this time around, Lauren. I want to see a jet knives play coming through.
Yep. And look, they've had access, it feels like, constantly through ARP. That's been available to them. They have options here. This map hasn't felt like it's got a big load of resistance anywhere, right? It's that, okay, we can't quite get in here. Okay, A main's going to be lost. ARP, B main, they've got this. Let's see where they go for. Let's see if there's a pace change, a little bit of a kick-up of something. Contact off the Prowler towards A, but waiting to see where this ends up landing.
You saw Michaela's knife there, giving information, but Toki did a fantastic job just LOSing it and repositioning deep into that art area. But it seems like Monch is fully aware, but the timing, that chamber play, what a trade for Konir though.
Yeah, seeming very cognizant that someone could be on that next layer up to try and backfill in case there was someone there. So again, keeping it this 4v4, noting the operator as well, so good information exchange. KRU want to just step away from mid. They don't fancy that anymore.
Yeah, and you'd love to see plays like that when the turret is blocking the vision. Konir definitely spotted though, but for Smurfette, she only saw a turret. She didn't see the Astra's leg.
And this is awkward now, but Smurfette feeling brave enough to walk this. Look at Smurfette. Look at Smurfette. No! I thought Smurfette had everything, had the read, had the idea. And now you can see Giantx trying to play ahead of this util, trying to play into this. Eva does well, but Dodds does better. The site now secure. Yeah, this is still play lingering around in the form of Ness, but this would be a big ask. It ain't happening as KRU looking like map 1 again, Christine.
Konir is just unstoppable right now. It seems like she can do no wrong. I mean, you were spot on it. That flank shoulda, coulda, woulda worked out. But the fact that Konir just arrives, solidifies the flank, then turns around and just wipes out the forward. That's actually crazy.
Oh, man. It's quite tough to see almost, because you can see that Giantx are trying to work this out. They're trying to put together some plays, but they just can't stop the aggression coming out from Dodds. And then obviously got that back line from KRU being controlled really well. It's quite hard to deny KRU when they get into this form. Again, seeing Dodds back on that jet, seeing Dodds look comfortable here to go for those higher risk plays, be kind of, calling up the number. Lovely support from Michaela as well. You've got Giantx to play in too. I don't know what the options are. They're trying to get Smurfette online, it looks like. They're trying to play her into, trying to give her the space to make that impact happen. But even though she might get her one, it's by that point, they might have lost site control, right? It feels like there's always an exchange of some part of the map here, and KRU are doing really well at actually making that happen.
They've got to leave Smurfette alone. Too many times now, Smurfette has had a babysitter, and you don't want to run a chamber if you're going to babysit them. Even last round, Smurfette found the opening kill, but right after Sarah's trying to trade and hot on your chamber's heels, a chamber can just TP away and escape. You don't need to protect your chamber, right? So I want to see Smurfette on her own. You don't need to help your sentinel. That's why you're running a chamber. And make your plays across the other side. Set your omen up for success here. Toki with that TP, you get to refight and re-aggress with the omen as well.
I feel like out of everyone, young Potter might know a thing or two about trying to implement a chamber, be it viable or not.
I tried.
I love you so much. At this point, though, obviously we can see the purchase. It is going to be Sheriffs, and you can see Dodds, right? Just willing to pull, willing to go forward, willing to take that space, takes away one. Now, backfilling that is Giantx, right? So they're still able to play on the other side of this smoke, but this isn't going to be easy. This is still a very uphill struggle, because this is above a minute. They've got the first pick. They can pause for a second. They still have Giantx util to bank on if they do want to go for a re-hit here. But for Giantx, I quite like they're exploring middle now, right? They've denied that quick burst towards A, so maybe explore somewhere else on the map. But now they've got contact on B. Does this then scramble the plan a bit? Again, Monch seems aware there's a chance of that too, popping down the alarm bot, but it does leave KRU on an island.
Yeah, and I like this read from GX, because every anti-eco KRU have just gone B main really slow. So they took a risk, they're rewarded for it, but the rest of KRU are already towards this A. Off that info, they know the A side is clear. And now KRU, they've got to decide, do we flip the site, or do we just play this post from A main and Art?
But I like the KRU get a little bit proactive in this post plant, right? Because they know maybe they're a little bit displaced, because they tried to pick away that player in the form of KRU. So try and maybe exacerbate that issue. Smurfette, though, does do well. A little tricky from Dodds, though. Putting on some beautiful tech as Toki and Ness. Now it gets tough, right? You look at these deeper post-plant positions, prying them out of these sort of spots. I don't want to say impossible, but really, really tough. And only with a Sheriff. And, you're banking on this working out. I mean, yeah, you're going to get half. You're going to get any more? Not with Dodds hitting shots like that. This could be an ace. It looks like it very much is. Dodds, free farm, baby. Looking comfy. Looking in form. And I mean, you were happy, you wanted to see that jet back out, and I can see why.
Yeah, Dawes is just having fun out there, Lauren. She is having a blast. I gotta say, though, I did see a protocol coming through for Giants in this retake, and I loved it. I want to see that kind of effort throughout the rest of this defense half. You saw in this retake towards that A, as they're trying to tap the spike and get half, her teammate was right in front of her, and so they're preparing for that Astra suck that they know will come later on. Try to block that, try to force and get that half to make this retake coming through. So I like to see protocols like that. Hopefully it pays off for GX in the end in one of these clutches in the future.
Oh, Toki has a smoke to play into, but that's 5 on the other side, man. What are you meant to do? Yeah, firing squad, desperate play. Didn't feel like it was as necessary as maybe she felt.
Yeah, but you know, I like it. At least it wasn't for the chamber this time around.
Sure.
She was trying to set up Toki for the flash, but you know, GX have already, or rather KRU have already gotten punished off a play like that. This time they were ready for the flash. And man, Toki got nothing for it. That's so much damage.
Yeah, Ness does really well to slip ahead then, but now even trying to backfill the space, Giantx able to try and take a fight here. Maybe starting to get the rhythm of how KRU want to try and approach these sites. This is the first time they've been in control in this.
This is huge. Smurfette securing the back lines as well. And just making a perimeter. Spike is down. I like the fact that Smurfette is regrouping with the squad. That Molly should be able to isolate, allow both the players of KRU to focus towards the right.
Last player
This is nice. That's so much better from Giantx. Loving the spacing. Got to say, very selfless work from Ness then as well. Almost dead to right. You only get it much any more from that backside position, trying to slip ahead a little bit, almost ignore Dodds, go for that next layer coming in. And this was after an initial loss as well. Here it is again from Ness there. Kind of sacrificial at this point, but it does do incredibly well. Set up the others to be able to swing out, take that next layer of the fight. So able to find some stability. They have ults to bank on now. They're back in the game. If they get a couple more rounds beside them, they've got a chance. It's just not easy with this composition on the defending side. You kind of want it to thrive here.
Yeah, definitely not easy. And I didn't even notice the biggest part of that hit last round. Ava's haunt coming through and just completely exposing Dodds in her own smoke like that. We'll see if she's able to find impactful utility like that again. Forcing the chamber off with Giantx utility. Oh, huge break of the alarm bot. I love this reaggress coming through for Smurfette.
They seem aware of the chance of it. Are they prepared? Oh, there was a second. There was a second there, but it's faded. And now where do they go? Ness trying to fight forward. Going to catch at least one through R, but it's a limited time availability, and that offer's now run out. It's a 4v4, and the site now looking open for KRU. But Sarah, backside, digging it with Eva. This is much better. Good sees, but I think they're a little bit ahead of it already. KRU now held with just Monch and Kinnear. Kinnear looking for a fight and finds one. No trade there. Smurfette
aware.
held back by the smoke. And Monch in a 1v2, surrounded. Giantx making something out of nothing now.
Stabilizing slightly, and I like the adjustments. We saw it not pay off for them last round, but this time it actually does. Smurfette finding the openings, even if she gets pushed off of that A main, and it was all about this art fight. I mean, Konier almost got away with more than I think GX bargained for, but at least stabilizing. Smurfette still with the operator in her hands. And the defenders are actually making some money this time around.
Okay. Let's see. Because again, as much as I like this reaction from KRU, they've started to find their own rhythm here. I want to see if KRU have an answer back, if there's layers to this approach as well, how comfortable they are on Pearl. A couple of ults to play with here.
I like the adjustments coming up for KRU. They've completely denied any information from the defenders of where they're starting, where they're trying to default or work. Just contact clearing towards this mid. Good pop flash. No one's there, though.
Oh, I like this re-swing, though. That's nice. Off the back of the util, the stun there. Perfectly synergized with Sarah on the swing. That's going to take away Dodds. And if it keeps being this simple in approach, even with that very telegraphed pop flash over the top, this is good for Giantx to be able to react like this. It's a very, very good tick in the box. Oh, Kinnear clean with it. All right. Damn. What are you meant to do?
Toki's not having fun on the extremities, not heated up quite yet. What an angle for Chamber. Oh man, it's just, it's only a Chamber angle. No other agent is gonna stick to those. Huge punish.
Big divide as well. This gives Smurfette more to play off. Another divide comes in, but still an angle. Just the smoke to force her away, but a little bit of a look. Eva wanted to get involved here. Smurfette still able to operate pretty well. Dual trades. Michaela down low on HP, 5 HP to play with. This really falls into Kinnear's hands. Try and secure this. Ult gonna come in. And now do they try and play through the wall? Do they respect it long enough?
These Astra ults were ridiculous, cutting off all the lines. Konier stepping up and
Needs to land that one. Everything's so clean until a 5 HP remaining Sarah comes in and gets the job done. I mean, Kinnear was lethal at the start of that round, halfway through, but a Red Bull clutch still falling for Giantx.
And it started all off in that mid with the Jet trying to find space, and it looked like she did enough. I would have liked to see Monch hotter on Dodd's heels to make sure she forces that trade, but unfortunately for KRU, they have to start the round 4v5, a man down. And GX, what a response. I mean, Smurfette has been heating up on this chamber. And for KRU, they've got to start talking about pushing off this chamber and making sure that the chamber stays on their territory.
And that's, and I don't want to say maybe a ton out into this round, but I'm a little surprised. You could have maybe called it here, maybe feeling because of the buy, they didn't want to go for it here, but still, a couple of rounds now in succession for Giantx. Smurfette's starting to find a lot more form, but the knife's here for Dodds. Has been finding it harder to find maybe scalable kills. Getting shut down a couple of times. Contact made off the Prowler in middle. So noting presence. Slow and steady here.
And Konier has had a lot of success towards this long B, but right now, Smurfette is just holding ground. And with how slow KRU are going this round, I don't know if they're wanting to commit fully to this A. They've sent their Sova over towards B to kind of fake, but it does look like they do want to end towards A. If they're able to tag Smurfette with this Sova drone, they're going to be able to push her off this line and sell the fake.
Should clear this.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh, but I love what Smurfette is doing. She knows it's weak side. She knows it's only one player.
Yeah, but can Dodd still do damage? No. Really well handled. Giantx reading this like a book.
30 seconds left.
Understanding where the strength of the hit was coming from. Keeping numbers present on A. Backing that Smurfette has it handled. And, all right, Sarah, sharp enough yourself. Giantx and Michaela, the only two alive now. And with 14 seconds of formality at hand, they do damage. It's about all they can get here at this point. And it looks like that is going to be denied. Nice shots from Giantx, but not enough to deny the round.
I like the idea from KRU. I think that if they had Konier, the Astra, follow the Sova drone and apply a little bit of pressure and actually make this chamber TP off of that B, it would have at least brought one of those defenders towards A to rotate towards B and maybe give Dodds a little bit of wiggle room. But unfortunately for them, not able to do so. And I gotta say, it's impressive right now how GX have stabilized this defense. I mean, the beginning of the round with no duelist, it definitely was a slow start, but right in the nick of time as well, because we said it, you know, this is definitely a more of a defense-sided comp than anything else.
Yeah, I'm going to be worried on that side switch if they don't get even... I want a couple more rounds as well, because like 4 can be undone by a pistol and a follow-up, right? You convert your bonus or you just carry on as you're meant to. You can kind of gap close towards it anyway. So I kind of hope we see a little bit more buffer for Giantx. So I want to see what the plan is when they get on that attacking side. What is the concept, right? Because it seems quite obvious how they want to play this now. We've seen it kind of kick into form. We've seen how they're trying to apply Smurfette. This is great. And also credit to Smurfette here for keeping that confidence and capability after a very slow start. It's very easy to let that compound and kind of let it deny even coming back into the game. But as it stands, it's a good road to recovery. 4 rounds. Timeout, though, comes in for KRU. What's the adjustment? What's the go-to in their minds? Because, again, I think we'd like to see a couple of things come into effect, but still, it's how they're reading the game, how they're seeing the game. Because Dodds has lost that same level of impact now. That has slowly been chipped away at.
I would have loved to have seen Smurfette drop that operator over to Toki and go ahead and just pop that chamber ult. They've got so much money to work with for these last 2 rounds of the half, but regardless, just the one operator on the side of GX, and KRU, they haven't had this easy of a time at A main. They've already got it, and right now, Giantx has every piece of util still in the back of her hand. So KRU, they've got an opportunity to just slam onto A site here.
Let's see if they do it. Dodds waiting to be set up. Yeah, there's a reveal. Off we go, and away we go. Dodds in on the side here, gonna take a little bit of damage, but goes
oh,
for
no!
Flash. Wait, come on, Giantx. Gonna get everything herself anyway. The flash good enough to be able to pretty much close down on 2, caught on the side of the site, even nowhere to go, and it's a crunch. Sacrificial work almost from Dodds, and it's the reward that they wanted. They'll take that every day of the week. As Smurfette and Ness weren't really present on this, it's hard to re-clear this side of the map. Ness gonna try and step in here. Shoulder on Art, but no, where's the swing? I was a bit worried that Giantx was late to that, but fine in the end as Smurfette in a 1v3. 1 site, 1 Art, and whoa, that was dangerous, but not dangerous enough. KRU find solution, find salvation with a very simplistic approach.
What a call from KRU, and you're spot on that simplistic approach. You know, we talked about it in the beginning of the half, how clean and straightforward those first few rounds were, right? Just get that B control and slam B all together. Make sure our utility is layered and together on the count. And this time around, KRU, they're rewarded for it. I mean, and Dodds, she didn't get a kill to open this round, but again, that jet pressure in your face certainly is a lot to handle.
I mean, you got to deal with it one way or the other, right? It's like it commands enough of a reaction. If you try and ignore it, cool, okay, we've lost front sight, we have to play back side, they've got the Sova ult layered, but it ain't over yet. Smurfette this time now going to invest the ult.
And this new angle towards this B with the... Oh, that's unfortunate. I wish Smurfette would have LOS that drone and not got tagged, because that playmaking on that box, it's so crucial. Either way, though, Smurfette, each time KRU have slammed B site, she's been ready.
I don't know if Toki's noticed anyone.
Oh, boy.
Are they aware? Yeah, okay, so both now aware. A little bit of chip coming off of that. Nade coming out, but KRU fighting for the space now.
You know what? That's a W, though, for GX. We're finally seeing why the Omen was selected. They was able to waste some util towards A main for a TP, and this opens up the round for Smurfette to re-clear towards this long B. Right now, KRU are not happy. They don't have enough space to be able to slam. They've got to push Smurfette off this line.
And I don't know how they plan to do this. They are gathering back over towards this side.
If Michaela's knife comes back and just came back up, this should force Smurfette.
Oh, she's getting cheeky with this. I love this, though.
30 seconds
no.
I
left.
love this. There's no way you're pop flashing that smoke. No, not at all. But the smoke to live? She does! Only for a moment longer, but long enough for Ness to be able to do
Wow.
this. They get left in. Tad's a little lost at the helm. No one there to steady the ship on the way up towards that B site. And now look at this. Brilliant work coming out from Giantx. Credit there to Smurfette for taking what was probably a lost cause, but buying time, allowing Ness to swing into effect. Lovely synergy between the two, seeing the theory behind this pick of Chamber. But the questions about the attacking side remain. We'll find out after this break.
Enemy remaining.
Nice! Well, it's map 3, it's 5-7. Giantx showing that there is resilience in this team. A late upswing from Smurfette, seeing that synergy fall into place with Ness as well. Everyone finding their footing. From round 7 onwards, they had that upper hand. But KRU still maintained the lead after a blistering beginning. Dodds in high form, Konir on that back line, looking solid. Now, the first half wasn't our big worry or our big interest, really. It's the fact that now on the side swap, how the hell are they going to do this one? I wait to see. You know, you're one of the great minds of Valorant. I hate being so nice to you. It makes me feel uncomfortable, but I have to be. But how do you see this working? Theorycraft's something for me here, because I feel like there isn't that frontline burst here.
There definitely is. You don't have to be, Lauren. You don't
nice
have
to
to be. You know what? We got to look at Toki. It was a little bit of a slow start for sure in the first half, but I mean, listen, KRU did a fantastic job, and GX had that comeback, so they're starting to heat up.
Yeah.
We're looking at Toki's TPs for the crosshair displaces. There's only 2 players that Sarah's going to be pop flashing for. It's either going to be for the Ava's utility so that it lands and actually gives them the info they're looking for. It's going to be Toki flying in there after her blind with those TPs on the back line. It's either that or Smurfette's got to find the openings.
Okay, let's see the method to the madness. Show me a little something. Giantx now on the attack, pop flash, middle and a swing. Dodds doesn't see much, but Biazik does get the first, and it's just a brawl. Toki does very well to find 2, as KRU taking really quite the aggressive beginning in an exchange of space.
Oh, I like this from KRU. Even though the sound cues didn't come through, they just kind of ran away, and now we're retracing back towards their steps. But Ness and Sarah did push through their A main, so they have a good idea that they just have to look forward here, while KRU have to clear all these angles.
Oh, the timing. They're going to spot 1. I don't think they're going to think all 3 are there. Yeah, I mean, what are you meant to do? Dodds already off to a great start as well in the second half, 17-9. And KRU stamping authority, right? It feels like they just sent a message after what was a pretty rough end to the first half. Instantly paces back in their side, momentum there as well. And I've got to say, these flashes are good, man.
You love to see these KO flashes. I mean, we've been stuck in this Yoru meta for quite some time, and the Yoru flashes are just meh.
They don't hit the same.
They don't. They really don't.
They don't give you that feeling.
Yeah,
you know?
these KO pop flashes, though, they are something else. You don't even hear it coming.
Yeah.
So definitely your protocols have to be on point. You've got to always be anti-flashed for each other. We saw in the first half, the second round right after pistol, being deadly with the pop flashes. Monch is so blind.
Speak of those pop flashes, and you've summoned it into existence. Eva with a great pickup on that kill, and they are wrapping right the way through. Alarm bot handle, but
Good
again,
reaction.
Exchange of space, right? They've pushed over towards A main instead. Given up sight, they kind of have to, right? They've given it a level of respect here. For Giantx, they're still going to be diligent in the clear, but very open plant. Got to be careful.
Spike
As now the
planted.
rest of the players on rotate, coming back around from B.
I love this play from Giantx. You can see two players pushing through secret. They want to meet up with their players in this waterfall, create a pinch, and completely slice the pie. Flip the map, make this post plant work.
Standing ahead.
Yeah, this should force a little bit of information that there's at least someone
Right
down
there.
towards that pit side, but Kinnear left to her own devices. You can see the play-in for Toki too. Eva maybe trying to draw that attention. It works, and there's the strike. Now, can they continue this though? Michaela does very well to find the two. And outside of dwindling numbers, they can't really play to the spike here. And well, it was a good plan. Couldn't quite do much more with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Michaela and Dawes just getting doubles and triples every round, the strategy, it becomes a little bit harder. But either way, I mean, GX, they had all the right moves there. They had the opening kill on this eco. Beautiful utility coming through once again. But KRU, just individually, everyone is hitting their shots. Dodds, she's just unstoppable right now.
Dodds, early game Dodds is different. Early round Dodds is different. Okay, what do we have here? So the bonus actually looking pretty good. Yeah, Bulldogs, Judge there, that's fine, but it's Dodds with that Vandal that keeps my attention. On the other side, good purchase in place though. This is the time to fight back. Don't let that scoreline get to double digits too easily. Don't let that game fall out of your hands here. The KRU, they are on the verge of doing this. Taken to a third map. Second one brought into deep OTs. Now we wait and see. Patience being displayed. And this is when we start really paying attention to how they want to take these sites, what the game plan is, how do they want to play this out.
Yeah, just a bonus for KRU as well. You can see they're trying to save for that operator as soon as possible to put into Dodd's hands. And jet opping on this map, especially on the defense, it's just so much fun.
Oof. And confidence here, Dodds sticking on this angle. That's why precision from Dodds. Ness looking like there wasn't even a chance to fight back. Kinnear bitten on this angle and actually coming out the better of that one, Smurfette. Gonna be punished, and that's a big loss.
And that's good movement coming here for Konir, just breaking ankles, resetting, no equalizers found.
And this is when I start to worry, right? This is when it all slows down a bit and this composition falls a little short. 30 seconds, what do they have to try and ramp up to
30
these sites?
seconds left.
You've got to get past Dodds, who's got free play towards backside. Monchin support as well. You're going to have 3 players on towards A, that's fine. Knife just goes in, they can rotate off the back of that, which they're doing. Smoke's coming in, Knife there. Dodds denies a little bit of info. TP's too obvious, too easy. Cleared by Eva, but 13 seconds. It's uphill to say the very least. Monch's trying to buy time, and actually they've got themselves a plant here. Wait, hold up.
Shock dart.
Shock dart does deny the plant. It's messy, but time. It's too little too late. I'm almost certain. I don't think you're getting that one. You're not. KRU survive, and look at the HP left.
1 HP clutch coming through for Biazik. Ridiculous stuff
All you need.
to convert their bonus round. And a timeout immediately after coming through for GX. I mean, that is a tilter in that round, especially considering how things started. I mean, this kill for Konir, the fact that she was able to reset and get back, I thought that's all they needed to make this work, but
Seconds left.
man, they needed to force that kill. No matter what, they needed to make sure Konir goes down, but
That's brutal.
Biazik saying it's time to go. Time to wrap it up.
Damn. Yeah, I couldn't see that on the other side of the stage. I'm losing it. My mental's gone. It's boomed. I don't have it in me. The fear I have now is that Dodds is sitting on 21 to 10, has knives, has the buy in hand. It's a broken purchase coming in for Giantx. They don't have Smurfette's ult to bank on. Yeah, maybe the Headhunter, sure, but this isn't a pop-off game yet from Smurfette. And you only have to look towards that Neon on Haven, right, to see the level of impact she can have in those comfort roles. Haven't quite seen it here yet. maybe not getting the ability to play that in at all, but beyond that, I'm looking for someone to give me a little bit more hope here, because they've been close rounds, sure, but not close enough to deny the build-up of finances, build-ups of these ults, and the scoreline as it stands at 10-5.
And it looks like that someone you're looking for, Lauren, is going to be an Ava, because the hero Vandal is on this player's hands. And whenever you see Ava playing on these initiator roles, she baits so well, finds those trades, finds those duels for her team. So a lot on the shoulders of Ava to make things work. And it looks like for GX, they're taking a page out of KRU's book, trying to keep things simple, grab the orb.
Yep.
We will see potentially an Omen ult play for a crosshair displace, maybe popping the Fade ult, closing off the mini-map so that the Omen ult can land wherever he wants. There's a lot of options here on the table for GX to cook up on this low buy. I know most teams don't want to invest ults on low buys. I love doing it.
Yeah, at 5 to 10, you kind of got to do something.
Yeah.
Like, give me a round here. Make something out of nothing. But I'm a bit worried in the fact that Dodds has also taken all of that B-long space. The map feels quite small currently, so every step is quite hard fought for. Sarah, willing to posture up, play through up. That is the spike, so got to be a little bit careful. Got to get the timing right here. Michaela.
Toki.
But the TP's there. Toki, well rewarded. Michaela, great control. Does have help on the back of the site now, and maybe doesn't need it. Michaela with Monch, just perfectly handling this. Ness has to pull off a 1v3 for this to be even possible. And Michaela's confidence should be sky high after what she's just done. And then look at the flank. You thought you were safe. You're not. Dodds is here.
Oh, she's going to do it.
I thought she was, man. I was so ready for it. It's 11-5, Christine. I feel like we're halfway out the door here.
Yeah, especially if you're watching Dodds not even risking that and just securing it fully. No matter what, she wants to get out of here. So you got to respect it.
We've already had one knife in this game. We don't need two. Come on now, that's excessive. we can stick with one. It's now or it's never, right? This is the big one. Sit up, pay attention. Whatever you're doing, this is the round you are going to be watching. We have a couple of ults. They're not big ults, but you already theory crafted a couple of things they might be able to do with it. Now's the time. You've got to buy here. You've got what you need. So what does KRU do? Do they maybe do something a little bit different? Do they get proactive? Do they make a specific play? No, they're just playing out standard for now. Nice close. Nothing much to report.
It seems like Giants want to kind of distract towards this B, maybe even full slam it while opening up an opportunity for Smurfette to get the lurk going. Probably a B split of some sort, because these flashes are towards B. They've got to land where these flashes are, unless Smurfette finds an opening on the other side. But look at this setup.
Bring them down.
They're not going to get contact on the Prowler. Smoking towards that deeper side of connector. They're going to just, yeah, as you said, kind of pinch towards B. So you're going to see Dodds right in the middle of this. Does help towards backside, but plays ahead of it. Plays down all three. Dodds tearing them apart. And Giantx's hopes just get left in tatters. It's 12 for KRU, and it looked all too easy. 4 kills that round for Dodds.
Without losing any HP, without any utility, all just off intuition. You know, you talked about that killer instinct before, Lauren, and Dodds absolutely is just beaming with it right now. The fact that she re-peaks right after, because her clean kill, it was so easy, right?
Yeah.
That multi-kill factor, you can't teach that. This is years of reps coming through for Dodds. It's impressive to see right now.
Yeah, this is a clean slate kept on this side for KRU, wanting to close this out with immediate effect. And for Giantx, the last round was kind of the big one to try and play it back through. They didn't get what they wanted. Beerzik, come on, man. Michaela as well. It's all lining up, 5 standing strong. And it's just a funnel now as Giantx trying to put in a performance. They have the numbers, a 2v2 and a plant. They at least get the time on their side. But the threat still lives in the form of Dodds. Slow and steady, coming around. Sarah, gonna tuck into the corner. Eva playing a little bit off as well.
Waited out that KO ultimate, and now that it's offline, this should activate Dodds. I mean, the knives are up. Jet smokes can't allow to get half.
Got to play this right, but Dodds is lethal. Pixel C, player noted, smoke goes in. Eva's only 25 HP. The knives might be overkill, but she's still there, still securing it for KRU to push up to 13 and close out the series with confidence.